Tonight's about many things. It's about the Labour Party, it's about Jim O'Brien, it's about the campaign, but most of all it's about democracy. It's about celebrating a peace in that process where people go about governing themselves. It's about people getting together to shape their society. And it's about someone coming before the people as a member of the party saying, this is who I am, this is what I have to offer, this is the party I belong to, and this is what we have to offer. It is an essential piece of the democratic process. And I know it's a difficult thing to do. Since I took the decision, hardly a morning passes that I don't wake and say to myself, what in the name of God have I done with my life? So if I may attempt to answer this question by thinking aloud, you might bear with me. Louise and I have 3 young daughters. We live in Kippar in Rosenellis, a rural area. Every morning, Louise goes out to work, Ellen and Katie go to school, and Maeve goes out to a baby minder. And Josephine is here tonight with us. I work for myself at home, and at 3 o'clock I pick up Maeve, and then the 2 girls arrive on the bus. Then it's homework, changing clothes, dinners. Do I have to, Daddy? Do I really have to, Daddy? You have to. And then I become the taxi service, ferrying my ladies to dancing or whatever else is on. That's Monday to Thursday, and on Fridays Louise takes over, thanks be to God. It's a grand life. It really is a lovely life. We live in a lovely place. We have a great school. We have an active local community, and we have wonderful neighbours. It is lovely. And there is a real temptation to draw a line around it and say, I'm fine, and this is all I want, and I'm grand. But like any parent, as well as having concerns for my world, as I experience it, I have to have a concern for the kind of world my children, my 3 young daughters, will grow up in. Like every father, I want my children to be healthy and well. I want them to have access to decent health care. I want them to have access to health care, the quality of which is based on their need rather than on their wealth. I want them to reach their full potential as human beings. I want them to have access to an education system that will help them blossom as human beings and develop the skills they need to get jobs, to get careers that they want. I want them to be part of a society that has a strong sense of community, where people care for one another, a place that is safe and a place that is secure. I want them to have the capacity when the time comes to put a roof over their heads without having to be millionaires to do it. Finally, I want them to grow up in a world that's going to survive, not one that's going to burn itself up in the madness of global warming. That's all I want for them, the basics of life. So, am I optimistic for my children's future? Hopeful is what I'd say would be closer to the mark, but I have deep, deep concerns about the direction our society is taking. I feel that slowly but surely we are drifting into a form of isolation and individualism that is characteristic of other rich countries like our own. That sense of us being together, that sense of us being supported by one another, being responsible for one another, is being lost. And this is part of a growing belief that public is bad and private is good. Insofar as this is a philosophy, it tells us that there's no such thing as public service, that you only get things done when you appeal to people's desire for private enrichment. This is a vote of no confidence in the capacity of you and me, of us, to be noble, to be generous, and it denies our capacity for acting together for the common good. I'm a firm believer in public service and in public services. And as a people, there are certain goods and services we must collectively own and operate in order that the maximum number of people will have a decent quality of life. These services, to which every family and every citizen is entitled to, are water, slowly but surely that's being privatised, health provision, education, roads, a decent public transport system, and other public goods and services such as libraries, theatres, museums, recreation facilities, swimming pools, playgrounds and parks. All of us, as a public, need to own these so that we have equal access to them. I also believe that the private sector and the marketplace should be independent and is best served by private business. What's more, I think it's one of the key functions of government to create the conditions for a strong and successful marketplace by ensuring the context in which that marketplace operates is healthy and conducive to wealth creation and to growth. But all the other things must be right. The people must be healthy, they must have a good education, they must be rounded human beings who hang well together for the marketplace to survive.